Hi there, so I see you're way too lazy to read The Hunger Games. Which is a shame, because it's a really good book. But since the movie's coming out pretty soon, and there's probably a lot of you who are gonna have to go see it and don't know what it's about, or don't want to read the book and just want to go and pretend like you know what it's about, well, I'm gonna help you out a little bit. Just be warned, there are spoilers, so don't get mad at me for ruining the ending or anything like that. I mean, come on. Everybody already knows that Snape kills Dumbledore. So, let's start off with Katniss, the main character of the book. I don't really know how to describe her. She's a girl. She's pretty badass. She lives in the 12th district of Panem with her family. Most importantly, Prim, her younger sister, who she loves with all of her heart and would do anything for her. Pretty much, she's the only reason she tries. She had a mother and a father, but the father died in a mine accident, which left the mom to go insane pretty much and not do anything. So, left Prim and Katniss to starve. When all hope was almost lost, Katniss was in the middle of the rain, desperate for food, and some random baker boy threw burnt bread at her, and she was like, "This is a sign. I must go hunting. Aga!" So, she went hunting, and she met Gil, who, from the beginning of the book, pretty much everybody knows that she's in love with him. I mean, come on. He's hot. He hunts. He's the only man that'll talk to her. So everything must be pretty good for her, right? Wrong. You see, there's this thing, and it's called the Reaping. The Reaping is where they take one boy and one girl from each district in Panem and make them fight to the death until they have one victor. It's pretty brutal, I know, and they make all of Panem watch it live and play reruns every single year. It takes place in the arena, which can be anywhere from a woods to an ocean to a barren wasteland and the middle of a blizzard. It all kind of depends. This all started happening because District 13 decided, hey, we're going to get rid of the capital. It didn't work out so well, considering the fact that the capital kind of got rid of 13. So, not in their luck. Let's go back to present-day Panem with Katniss, where Primrose Everdeen gets picked as tribute. Of course, there's this rule you can volunteer for tribute, so what does Katniss do? She volunteers and she takes her sister's place. Pretty great, right? Pretty noble. Not that she has any chance of winning, right? The other tribute happens to be Peeta, the baker's son, the same boy who threw the bread at Katniss so many years ago and saved her life. What a coincidence. Her life sucks. Fortunately, she's given this random little pin from a girl that she doesn't even talk to, which has some significance in the story because it's a Mockingjay. Along the way, she meets Cinna, who happens to design her clothes and happens to set her on fire every single chance she gets, because Katniss is the girl on fire. They also meet Haymitch, who is their mentor, who's drunk most of the time and doesn't really give them much advice, but gets them enough to get to an interview where, if I can get to it, Peeta announces his love for Katniss to the entire world. Kinda sucks, because one of them's gonna die. Of course, Katniss doesn't know how to react. She's a girl, she doesn't understand that. The last words of advice that Haymitch gives is to stay alive, and pretty much that's all he does, other than drink. I mean, he helps a little bit, but I mean, yeah, I mean, it's Haymitch. And once they get into the arena, Katniss runs to a tree, and Peeta takes the place with the career tributes, which happen to be these big, giant, bulky guys who everyone has bets on for winning because they're big and bulky and have been training this their entire life, even though they're not supposed to. Katniss teams up with a girl named Rue, who reminds her a lot of Prim, even though she knows that eventually she's going to have to kill her, or have somebody else kill her, or she's going to die. Which you think, oh, no, there's going to be a way out of it. No. Rue dies. She gets speared. But as soon as it happened, Katniss kills the guy who kills her, and then Katniss sings Rue to sleep as a nice little gesture. That's how much she hates these games. As soon as Rue dies, there's a little announcement that says, hey, there can be 2 winners now as long as you're from the same district. So what does Katniss do? She runs and she tries to find Peeta, who happens to be injured and near death, and so she nurses him back to health, and all this little stuff happens. I mean, like, I get all romantic and stuff, but whatever. As soon as they're better, they go to the cornucopia to face Cato, who ends up getting mauled by a bunch of mutant wolves of the other tributes, and Katniss ends up having to shoot an arrow through his head. Lovely, right? He deserves it. As soon as it happens, there's another announcement that says, hey, no, only one of you guys can live, so choose and kill the other one, alright? Alright. So they try to they try to outsmart them and decide, hey, we're gonna take these poisonous berries and kill both of us, so there's no winner. Suck it. And as soon as it almost happens, they say, hey, 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 we were just kidding. You both can win. You both can go home. So, Peeta and Katniss go home to live a little happy life, at least until the next book. So, that's pretty much all you missed with the Hunger Games. You should really read the book. It's a really good series, but if you watch this, I pretty much just ruined everything for you. There's a bunch of really small details and stuff like that, but I mean, if the movie doesn't cover them and you don't read the book, you'll never know. And that's not really my problem. I hope you enjoyed it. So, enjoy the Hunger Games. May the odds be ever in your favor.